Santiago Santana's citrus olive oil cake. First, get your mise en place all set up. You can choose between a 9x5 loaf pan or a smaller version of the loaf pans. You could also use muffins. Here is where you use your leftover butter paper and grease your pans or put muffin cups into your muffin tins if that's what you're making. Don't forget to set your oven to 350 degrees. We're going to get started by whisking together our first ingredients: yogurt, olive oil, sugar, lime zest, and juice in a large bowl. First, let's get our whole fat Greek yogurt, and we're going to measure 1 cup. Get that into your bowl. Use a spatula. Next, we want to measure a 1/2 cup of some fancy olive oil. Get down at eye level so you can see that you have a good measurement. 1/2 cup of olive oil. Next, we're going to add 1 cup of granulated sugar. And here, we're going to zest 3 limes and juice 2 of them. To get the juices flowing, you can roll them on the countertop just until you can kind of feel them loosen up. Here, you're going to either use a stand grater on the smallest grate, or you can use a microplane, which is my favorite way to zest a lime or a lemon. And for this citrus olive oil cake, you don't have to use just limes. You could use lemon, lime, orange, whatever's in your garden or in your fridge. This is what a zested lime looks like, and you're going to need 3 limes zested. You don't want to get any of the white pithy part because that's going to make it taste bitter. Then you're going to juice 2 of your limes, and you're going to put that right into your large bowl. Then grab a whisk and whisk away. Next, you're going to add in your eggs. You want to add 2 eggs into your bowl. And you're going to need 1 additional yolk. So to just get the egg yolk, you're going to need a separate bowl, crack it, and pour the egg into your hand gently, just so the egg white goes into the bowl beneath you, and put that egg yolk into your cake batter. With a whisk, you're going to want to gently combine these ingredients by hand. Don't beat them together too much. You just want to combine them so they stay nice and light. Next, we're going to add our dry ingredients. So add the flour, baking powder, baking soda, and salt. We are using 1 3/4 cup all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon baking powder, and 1/2 teaspoon baking soda. I'm also going to add 1 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt. We're going to mix this by hand and just the least amount humanly possible, just fold, scrape and fold as you mix the batter together. And it's going to start and get nice and light, but you don't want to overwork the batter. So I put a little piece of parchment on the bottom of these pans, and then I used a big scoop to scoop the batter inside. Just kind of makes it easier. I evenly portioned the batter into 4 mini loaf pans. Then I'm going to put these loaf pans into my 350-degree oven. I first set a timer for 20 minutes. And then while those were baking, I'm going to make the glaze. First, add 1 cup confectioner's sugar, which is powdered sugar, to your bowl. Next, we're going to zest an additional 3 limes. So again, we have our microplane or our stand grater, whatever you have. And we are going to get all of the green zest off of that lime and put that into our bowl. So zesting 3 limes, and this is what your lime will look like. You're going to take 2 of those, and we're going to juice 2 of the limes into the bowl that has the confectioner's sugar. And we're going to also add 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Get your whisk out again, and let's whisk together our glaze. Now whisk it together until it becomes one fluid component. And you can see that it is the glaze with your whisk if you can drizzle it. We're going to check at 20 minutes, but they were still really light and they looked a little wet in the middle. So I set the timer for an additional 8 minutes, and then when they were finished, I checked them with a toothpick. Mine didn't brown or lift on top like I would normally like them to, but I think they're going to taste just great. So here I waited about 5 minutes before I turned them out of their pan, and using that little bit of parchment paper really helps them just come right out. Took them all out of their pans, and then I'm going to take my glaze and drizzle it over the top of each of these loaves. How much or how little depends on your liking. And here you go. We have our lime, yogurt, and olive oil cakes. You cut into it, it looks light, fluffy, and delicious. Another quick bread recipe that you can find at kalmanskitchen.weebly.com.